Hey everybody, it's Coach Shane with SB Endurance. We just got our first snow of the year today in Wisconsin, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to do a quick video about how I set up my bike trainer over the winter so I can continue training for outdoor riding and keep my fitness up for spring and summertime riding and racing. In particular, not only am I going to talk about how I have my bike set up, but I'm going to talk about how I have it set up to be able to ride on Zwift, which I use for virtual training over the winter time. And this same setup can be used to ride on any of the other virtual riding platforms that are out there. Now, I know what a lot of you might be thinking is, I don't have a smart trainer. How am I going to ride on Zwift and get the data that I need? So I'm going to go through that today. I'm going to show you how I do it and maybe some suggestions about other things that you could add additionally if you're interested to get more information when you're using a virtual trainer. And not only do I have my bike set up this way, I have my wife's bike set up in a very similar fashion so she can ride on different virtual apps and things like that too. So first off, I've got my Trek Amanda, and I've got it mounted on a Cyclops fluid trainer. My wife's got a mag trainer. You can really put it on any, can be any brand. Again, does not have to be a smart trainer to be able to use these virtual training apps. Along with just the trainer setup, I always put a fan behind me. You could put it in front of you if you want it blowing directly at you as well. I always set the fan up behind me, and then got my riser on there as well. I always still ride with my clip-in pedals and regular cycling shoes when I'm riding indoors as well. So some of the things that I do to set this bike up so that I can transfer the information that I need to the virtual ride, things like speed, cadence, power, all that type of information, heart rate. So start out with heart rate. That's an easy one. I've got a Bluetooth heart rate monitor on right now. This is a Polar H9 that I'm wearing. There's a lot of other Bluetooth heart rate monitors that will send your heart rate directly to your phone. If you say, well, I've got a watch that does heart rate. Most watches are not an output device. They're only an input device. So your watch, whether it's a Coros like this one, or a Garmin, or an Apple Watch, is most likely not going to send your heart rate to your phone to be compatible with that. That's not what they do. So you're going to need a heart rate strap that sends your heart rate to your phone via Bluetooth so that that app can pick your heart rate up. So that's number one. Number two, how do we get my speed and cadence and power over there? Well, speed and cadence, you can get add-on speed and cadence sensors for your bike that are both Bluetooth and ANT Plus compatible. So ANT Plus is commonly what's used with your watch or a cycling computer. Bluetooth compatibility is what's going to send that signal to the app that you're running on your phone or tablet or PC. So in my bike, I've got the Bontrager Duo Tap down here. That's both a speed and cadence sensor. On my wife's bike, I bought her one of the Garmin setups that's just an add-on speed and cadence sensor that will then send that Bluetooth signal. And that, any of those are going to be between $50 and $100 max. If you find one for over $100, don't buy it. I think the Garmin one was maybe around $70. So that'll send your speed and cadence. Now, what about power? Well, power meters are expensive. One of the advantages of a Bluetooth smart trainer, and Cyclops has a number of them, Wahoo's got a number of them, there are a lot of them out there. They're quite expensive. Those will send your power information directly to the app, and vice versa. Those smart trainers will control resistance on your smart trainer based on what the app is telling it. So it's kind of a two-way street. But even if you don't have power pedals or a power tap or anything like that on your bike, you will still get estimated power based on speed and cadence and your rider information when you're sending all of that to your app. At least it does on Zwift. I can't speak for Trainer Road or some of those other virtual riding apps, but on Zwift, it will estimate your power. And just based on my experience, it's pretty good. I've ridden on some smart trainers, and I've ridden similar workouts on this trainer with my standard fluid trainer that is not a smart trainer, using the setup that I'm telling you about, and it's worked really well. And let me tell you, when you're cranking out heavy power, it really feels like it. So it's pretty neat. If you haven't tried it, set your bike up that way, even if you have just a regular trainer, and hook it up to your phone. So the thing that I found, number one, is I don't use Apple products. I've got an Android phone. I don't have an iPad, but if you have an iPad, you can hook at least Zwift and probably many of the other apps up on your iPad and send that information to your iPad. My computer doesn't have the processing speed to run Zwift. I tried it on my computer and it just overloaded it. So I run Zwift on my phone, which works entirely fine. If you have an Apple phone, you can probably cast to your TV so that you can see all your data and have a big screen and see your rider right on your TV if you've got a TV set up in front of your bike. Depending on the phone, many Android phones, and mine being one of them, it does not allow you to cast. Now, if you have Chromecast or something like that, it might. But I can't cast Zwift to my TV using the current setup, and I've tried a variety of ways. So what I do is I simply use my phone. Again, if you had a tablet, you could do something similar. But what I've got, I'll pop it off here so you can see it, is right on my handlebars, I have got just one of those little bendy camera tripods with the flexible legs on it. And then I've just got a phone mount screwed on top of it. So that goes onto my bars and I wrap it around there nice and tight, and I put my phone in here. So it's literally right in front of me, and I can see my rider just fine, and I can see all my data. Some of the smaller numbers, you gotta kind of squint a little to see them. But it works great. It's right there. It's still super engaging. I just did a 30-minute workout that was pretty intense using this setup. So if you're looking to do some indoor riding over the winter and you want to do something more than just sit and spin and watch TV and really be engaged and do some workouts that are going to help benefit your endurance and power and all of that, I highly recommend this setup. So hopefully you guys found that information helpful. If you have any other tips or any questions about this, please leave it in the comments below. I'm happy to answer all of those things. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do that. Please like the video, share it with people, and with that, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a great day.